Hello, welcome to another video. I haven't made a video in a while, and for that I do apologize, but I am back and in a different location this time. So it'll be, I don't know. I mean, I'm still the same, I'm still a human being, but perhaps maybe just different insights can be drawn. And for today's video, today's talk is maybe more of a ramble, maybe more of a collective questioning rather than just a talk, like me sitting you down to tell you a story, or a little bit different than my other videos where I draw things down deliberately to highlight a specific point. This video is going to be more of just talking like as if we're just having a casual conversation and trying to, I guess, dissect more, say, conclusions or maybe more concluded observations of the world to give it kind of that scientific riff to this video. And the bite or the chew of today's talk is primarily going to be focused upon life and living life and how to live life almost authentically rather than living it almost artificially. And that is it's not a small thing. It's a big question. It's as broad as I think life actually can be, which is virtually almost everything. But the way I've been finding solace with the question is asking within, what do I want to feel, or how do I want to position myself in life? And I feel like the first question is always, what do you want? The first question of life is always like, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be what do you desire, which is the popular question we ask ourselves to move forward with. It's more as like, other than desire, other than pleasure, it's like, what do you want? Like, what do you want to do? And I mean, you almost have to ask yourself to gain that question, to question even further. Mind you, your question should be orientated towards some good in this world. I talk about Marcus Aurelius often. He's on my channel in multiple videos. Marcus talks about, if you want to do good in this world, that is probably the best thing you can do for this world, for yourself, for the people around you, for your community, for the people who have yet to live, and for your own just remembrance. He talks highly about revering the gods. Now, we all can't be a Roman emperor, but we all can at least try to aim what we want to do in life towards a general, let's say, upward slant of trying to strive for good, or at least something not destructive, not unlawful. Because I mean, I don't think we truly do want to become criminals in this life. So coming back to our original question, what do we want to do, or how are we going to live life, the best life? I kind of altered our original question, but wanting to live life is, or living life should be orientated in this direction now, where we have good as probably, let's say, the filter for our next questions we should ask. How do we live life good? Well, there's lots of things you can do to live life good. And I mean, you could ponder over those questions if you want. Questions like, is good helping people? Are you good with helping people? Is good maybe perhaps, animals? Okay, let's take care of animals, or let's take care of the earth, because maybe we work better with plants than actual living things, even though plants are kind of living. Like, maybe good is just simply taking care of yourself because you deny taking care of yourself. And taking care of yourself would actually help you become better and help other people around you, because then you're actually, vibrating, living in good, caring states of consciousness, life, etc., bodily care, like good still is like this broad scope. It's not something that's so narrow that has to be, confined within an idol. Like good is this humongous broad scope still yet. So when we talk about life and when we're questioning life, especially even now in this talk, like it's still so broad and there's still so much opportunity to be had. I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee. BRB. So I drank my coffee, kind of paused for a bit, trying to think of the next good thing to say. It's really hard to come up with really good questions when you're continually talking. I have to give myself a little bit of breaks, so pardon my breaks. But I glanced over at my notebook here, and I read this notebook before I talked, and I saw something very good, like really good. I'm about to sneeze, hold up. Yeah, that was brutal. But in my notebook, I'll just read it briefly. It says, life is always now, and yet we always make it about we. Let me redo. Life is always now, and yet we always make it about something else. Life is always now, and yet we make it always about something else. I think it's me, maybe in particular, that has the inability to stay grounded at times. And I don't think it's not just me. I think it's like kind of like a collective problem. I think it's just like an existential problem of, wanting to bolt forward or being too stuck in the past. It's almost like the worldly problem, and we have meditation to ground us, in the present moment. But maybe take away the present day kind of like narrative and let's put it in a like a more, maybe more of a, let's bring it to a scientific scope rather. When we talk about being now and being here and being in our bodies, I think what we talk about on a more deeper level is being in resonance with what we want to do. And that comes back to our question, original question of good. It's like, or maybe not just good, but what do we want to do with life? It's like, how can we align ourselves with the innate, or maybe not innate because it's not natural, but these things, I guess, rather, that we want to be and do and embody? How can we align ourselves with our meaning and our purpose? It's like, that is almost the question of asking, do you want to do good? Or like, how are you going to do good in the blank, the wide scope of being good, doing good. It's like, we're doing good because we don't want to do bad, because we don't want to be, criminals. And we just want to live, a proper, I guess, sort of proper life, And we have life, and like, you can't not do nothing with life. I mean, sure, you could do nothing with life, but I mean, even doing nothing with life, arguably, you do still have to feel many things, Like monks who meditate in the mountain feel almost every emotion of existence still, yet, even though they're trying to remain clear. It's still a journey, regardless of what you do. So it's like, you might as well try to accomplish and do something that's, that you choose and that you have choice in, rather than things happening to you that you can't actually control or don't want to participate in. It's like, when we view the world, with that lens on our eyes, and seeing that it all kind of comes back to, and I'll just look over my notebook here, life is always now, and yet we always make it about something else. How can we align ourselves? The question, how can we align ourselves with the good in life that we can accomplish and be now? Not what we've done, not what we will do 3 years from now when we own a house. What can we do now? What steps? Not even what steps. What are you going to do? What action are you taking now other than watching my YouTube video and politely listening? Thank you. Thank you for listening. But, like, what will you do after this video? Not to put pressure on you. I'm not trying to pressure you, but it's like, this is the question, This is the ask. This is the pondering in which you almost inevitably always have to ask yourself. And maybe asking it does bring discomfort. It brings almost this fear of like needing an answer or not having one if you don't have one. But the question does become the answer almost. Your body, your unconscious, your subconscious is like, okay, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? Scrambling around. Like, you know what I mean? Even when I ask myself the question, I'm like, sometimes I'm just dead. I'm like, what can I do now? I can't do anything. I'm so tired, I can't see properly. I still haven't drank my coffee yet, like, how can I ask myself this question? But if we slow down and you allow yourself the time to come with the solution of what to do now, I mean, you usually always find something. And the best way to figure out what to do now isn't to perplex into the depths of your minds to see what is there, but rather almost look around you and see what you can do. We do have physical bodies for a reason. You can't do something in China and also in USA at the same time. I can't go to the moon and start sweeping up the western corridor, the moon. It's like I'm physically grounded in the earth right here, right now. So the question you should ask yourself isn't what you can do just now and then be this broad scope, like, oh my gosh, there's 8 million things I can do. It's like, what can you do now where you live, in your environment, in your community, within your family or your business or whatever? It's like narrowing it down from the wide scope, which we said, because it's a wide question. A wide question. What good can you do now? And I mean, ultimately, choosing what you will do. What I'm going to do now after I record this video is process it, upload it, and then go drink a coffee, Like, I kind of already got it pre-planned. And I know planning is good, and people do draw day plans, but be careful of planning too far ahead, and be careful of planning perhaps too much that you restrict what you can do. Let's pause for a second on that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to deter you from taking action. I want you to find what you want to do and what calls to you. I mean, if you already feel what calls to you when I've already previously spoke, then take that notion with you. Don't don't allow me to confuse yourself. Please be grounded and confident in your answer of what you previously already kind of like felt. But I only give this warning of planning too far ahead because I've noticed and other people have noticed, and it's just a phenomenon that happens when you try to plan for the future and you try to do good for the future, and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to do this. I mean, when you plan too rigidly in the future, you don't allow the world to give you flexible opportunities to expand on your rigid choices in which you chose that you would say that you would do. If you can hear that and if you could see that. That's why I say, and I really should put quotation marks, but I can't. Maybe quotation here, now. It's like, what can you do now? is almost a better question, because you're not trying to do something in the future. It's like, what can you do now? And that, I feel, just adding the scale of time into the question almost helps alleviate the rigidity of the future, the stress and fear of having to plan for the future. And ultimately, the question is the grounding. The question is the guide. And the question becomes the way. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully, you know what I mean. You know, I'm talking to you like you homie, like you know what I mean. But I mean, like, you probably still gotta formulate or understand, or maybe you see. So I'm gonna stop babbling. But I just hope that you can hear the gravity of what I'm saying in a way in which you can embody that truth as well. So you can have that clarity, or almost the opportunity to choose, to have the confidence to choose, maybe. I don't know what it is you need. It's really hard to predict, but predictions aside, you always have to choose what you want to do within, and your compass will always be what's inside of you. So it's like, I feel in a way that this pathway of life, this dance with life, is always rooted. It's not something that you can go too far into, because you can never truly go too far in yourself. Maybe that's a lie, but you can never not fail in reaching for the questions and finding your answer. I know that last bit was a little kerfuffled. I don't think I was really speaking as clear as I should have. But maybe I was trying to over-explain, and I've already explained the core concept of this video. And I had to pause, so maybe pausing is perhaps something we should do more often. But when in doubt, ask the question again, see what you can do now. And sometimes what you have to do now is to do nothing, to stop, to breathe, and to recenter. I mean, I just had to. I mean, I'm only human, I can't be absolutely perfect and gifted with all my explanations. But, it just goes to show, it's like, even then, what did I have to do now, in order to achieve my goal of good? And I had to stop. That's just life. We can't run. I gotta slow down and see what the next step is. I truly hope that you've seen what you needed to see. You've heard what you needed to hear. And ultimately, this was just a casual talk. We were just trying to open the can of worms, take all the worms out and see what's underneath. I put all the worms back, obviously, and seal the can. But this talk was just, exploration, but also what I feel like ultimately direction, And I hope that you found your direction, perhaps what you needed to see or hear, and that you ask yourself the question, perhaps, or don't. You don't have to, but that you have a good day, maybe, is maybe an easier way of saying what I want to say, and that you continue living life. Until the next video, I will see you. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Bye now.